YouTube family? It's April G Showers. Back at y'all with a reaction. So, I was just scrolling on my little homepage on YouTube and I seen this. Nick Cannon talks Mariah Carey, Eminem with Fat Joe, and comments that got him dropped from TV. So, as much as I don't want to see or hear him, I am intrigued. And since I'm going to watch it regardless, I figured I might as well do a reaction to it because other people will probably be intrigued as well. So, I will provide the link to this in the description box below if y'all want to check it out after my reaction. I hope my screen isn't covering up anything, and I apologize if it is. I got it as small as I can get it to where y'all can see me. So yeah, it's a 17, almost 18-minute long video, y'all. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'll pause it a few times here and there, so hopefully it don't get blocked. We'll see what happens. April G Squad, fist bump. Love y'all. Let's get it. After this, I've tallied up the percentages from the poll that I put on Twitter and my community tab on YouTube about what my next Eminem reaction should be. It is literally 1.1% between two out of the four. There were 4 choices. 2 of them were neck and neck, and I added them up from Twitter and YouTube to make it fair. And there was just 1% difference. 1%. So make sure you got that bell turned on. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I was looking at my analytics in my studio last night. 78% of my viewers are not subscribed. 78%, yo. So y'all, man, just hit the subscribe button. That's all you gotta do. It's free. It's free. So, after this will probably be that Eminem reaction that was so close. So close. I've never had any poll be that close before, ever. So, I'm excited about it, and I'm not going to tell y'all. So, y'all just have to wait and see which one won. And I deleted the poll, so y'all don't know. Alright, let's see what old Nick has to say.
Oh, and we can talk about it. You get into this little rap beef with Eminem.
Fat Joe kills me. He's like me. When I'm doing live streams, I'm loud, which I'm loud anyway. I'm a loud mouth, and I talk a lot, as y'all know. But Fat Joe is loud as hell, and I love it.
Yeah, again.
Yo, Nick, you get into the he gets you on my song, but they broke it down to me that y'all had been dissing each other forever. I didn't even know. And
right.
How could you not know that, Fat Joe? Where you been, bruh? You're like friends with him. But I mean, Eminem's my husband, so no, I'm just kidding. Not really, but yeah, but not really.
Right.
So some people who love Eminem hit me up and say, "Yo, Joe," and I'm like, Nick Cannon, and that's my man, and they cool. And then when I made
you had no idea.
When I made a couple of phone calls, and the homies was like, "No, Nick Cannon's certified. He with us." I'm like, "What?" I said, "For real?" keep it real, man. What's the beef?
We on the
with
big
Nick
show.
Cannon and Eminem?
I'm talking to Joe, bro. I gotta go in. I gotta
We're
give
the
you the
Joker
exclusive.
show, bro. This is a Joker moment.
Nah, real facts. This is my thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I say this on my radio show, Power 106 all the time. Like, man, I've always been an Eminem fan. The artist is somebody that I feel like is super skilled. He's good for the culture, been good for the culture, been good to the culture.
So then in them 3 trash diss tracks he dropped, where he's talking about Eminem don't say nothing, his rap ain't no good, I'm gonna shut up.
But I think as a man, where he and I went left, I don't really know what he and my ex-wife had going on. I think she got a new book coming out, and she talking about it in there.
No way.
Oh, shit.
Talking about it?
Yeah. Mariah got she doing an exclusive, memoir, talking.
Don't do that. That's a Joker moment. Hey, yo,
Yeah, but that was none of my business. You know what I mean? I don't. You know how we do.
Mariah Carey has got a book coming out where she gonna be talking about Eminem. Oh Lord. Oh, I hate the hiccups.
We don't never hate them. So
side of the story.
Yeah, so but like I said, that was before me. We got married in 2008, and up until then, I had been nothing but a Mariah and fan. I was just excited to be with Mariah Carey. And I wasn't even aware that they had interaction. I don't know if they dated or how things go in this industry. But she was telling me like, dude was just super disrespectful. And I was like, all right, well, as a husband, like, if I got to protect my wife at any cost, it's on, And then, but we didn't even really think nothing of it. And then all of a sudden, dude came out with a crazy record, like, just blatantly just disrespecting.
That would be Bagpipes from Baghdad, which I think I've only heard that song like one time, and it's been like at least a decade since I heard it. I might react to it. Same with The Warning, because M did Bagpipes from Baghdad, then Mariah dropped Obsessed, and then Eminem dropped The Warning, and then everybody shut up until Nick Cannon went on T.I.'s podcast talking shit about Eminem, and then that's why Eminem responded and said what he said on Lord Above with Fat Joe and Mary J. Blige on the track. I hate hiccups. It's getting on my nerves. I usually hold my breath and take several drinks of Mountain Dew or whatever I'm drinking, which usually is Mountain Dew, to get rid of them, but I don't want to do that on camera, so I apologize, y'all, for the hiccups. So Nick Cannon talked his shit, sorry, on T.I.'s podcast, and then Eminem responded with just a couple lines on in his verse on Lord Above with Fat Joe and Mary J. Blige. I reacted to that, by the way, and I reacted to all 3 of Nick Cannon's trash tracks. It's in my they're in my diss track reactions / roasting trash playlist.
And like using terms like that, we don't stand for as men, like talking about my wife, and then call my name. So I was like, at the time, I'm managed by, Chris Lighty, you know what I'm saying? One of our brothers, God rest his soul. And he got the connection with, because he was managing Fifth at the time. And, I think him and M's manager was super cool, Paul. So he was like, yo, Nick want to holler at your guy, because this is, I'll get all the jokes and the rah-rah. I'm Mr. Wildin' Out. We can make jokes all day long, but when you go to a certain point where, 1, you start lying, and then 2, you start blatant, like calling my wife out her name, all
How'd he lie?
kind of whores and cunts and all of this craziness. You got to see me. We got to talk about this man to man. And I was...
Mariah's the one that lied, not Eminem. That's why he put the song out. Oh, and Eminem played a couple phone calls or voicemails or something at a concert, too.
And all of this craziness. You got to see me. We got to talk about this man to man. And I was really just looking, especially then, we wasn't even about no music. I wasn't trying to rap or nothing. Like, I wanted to have a real man-to-man conversation. And they was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. He doesn't want to talk. And I was like, how you just going to say some wild shit and then you don't want to talk to me? And I was like, now that's even triple disrespectful. You know what I mean? So that's where it kind of kicked off, because I was trying to handle it like a man and get to it. And then, at the time, I think they kept putting records out back and forth. Mariah put out the Obsessed joint where she was him in the video. Shit went like triple platinum.
Mariah got a hit off that shit, that energy.
That joint went to #1.
She came back for that motherfucker shit. That was like an R&B diss record smash #1.
So that was like she really needed.
Why are you so
she might need to do nothing else with it. And like she's the queen, she the GOAT on her own. So I ain't even have to, I was just cheerleading from the sideline, really. And then dude just kept going. He kept getting more disrespectful, but wouldn't, BET Awards, different awards show. I move how I move. So I was walking up like, yo, let's just have this man-to-man conversation. And it never happened. But then, time went on, cooler heads prevailed. We got later on, we start to joke about it. I'm trying to invite him to Wild 'N Out. I figure at this point, bygones is bygones. Decades have passed. And, he just kept belaboring it. I think even it was another conversation. I think Tips, pause, I was on T.I.'s podcast.
Exactly.
And he brought it up. You know what I mean? And we were just talking about, we know T.I. got hands. I box. We all come from cats who fight. So I think I might have said something slick like, that dude ain't no fighter. You know what I mean? Like, just talking, we joking around. And I think that might have been what because it was during the same time that your record came out. So I think he might have maybe caught wind or something like that. Because I don't know why he would be talking about some stuff from 10 years prior. And, I saw it as an opportunity to promote Wild 'N Out. So we just started, he went at me, I went at him. I put my guy, the battle rapper from Wild 'N out there. And, the ratings went up. So, and we still waiting.
Well, congrats that your ratings went up for 3 trash tracks. And that you had to get all you little homies, yes man, on the tracks with you. Because you couldn't do it by yourself. Excuse me. Except that the invitation's canceled or something. Where he played like the same. Y'all just have to watch it. It wasn't nothing but a bunch of BS.
We went to #1 off that, Nick, so I appreciate it.
So Nick, everybody's in it, because I want to set the tone, right? So everybody's protesting because of George Floyd and Breonna and Aubrey and everything.
R.I.P.
Is America is Black Lives Matter. Everybody's in the middle of the street, even in the COVID with a mask on or whatever. And so
Facts.
You go and interview the guy that's too black for Public Enemy. Listen, you didn't get the pure. You got the pure. You got the Pablo Escobar of the whole black empowerment. Yeah. You got the guy who's too radical for Public Enemy. Public Enemy is too black, too strong. And you go get this guy. So what are you thinking right there, Nick, when you go get Professor Griff and you put him on your show? What was in your mind when you went and got him?
Yeah, man. Like bottom line, my Cannons class platform is something that I started, at my undergrad at Howard University. You know what I mean? That's when I was just getting my degree in criminology and my minor in Africana studies. And really for me, my podcast, my platform was really a way for me to engage with my professors and learn. You know what I mean? So it was a way, like I was putting it out there for the people, but these were like my real professors. I was getting graded on the podcast and the writings and the readings and stuff. So I offered that up, but it was always somebody who was dropping gems. And we done had everybody on there from Michael Eric Dyson to, Dr. Greg Carr, who's, the Dean of the Africana Studies Department and one of my mentors, like everybody, and so Griff was somebody that I had always been a fan of since Public Enemy. I was aware of, I was a shorty when it all went down, but I was aware of the situation. So I was like, this is what my platform is for us to have that truth and reconciliation. You know what I mean? He had felt that he'd been blackballed for 30 years, and I wanted to give my brother the opportunity to speak his mind. And, I had read his books, you know what I mean? My podcast is all about books, you know what I mean? Like that's how my framing question. So I even got joints right here, right now. Like, so I had all his books on the table. I had, the ISIS papers, Francis Crest, Welsling, all of that. Like, and we was talking about the stuff that won why he felt like he was blackballed. And then, that turned into the conversation about the power of the black man and how we have been brainwashed for so long that we aren't, or that we've been lied to about our lineage. Our history had been stolen to us. So we had a 90-minute conversation, and I felt like it was a good conversation because we had it. That was old footage. You know what I mean? Like that was filmed, and from how the internet go, it surfaced. People are cutting some stuff up. It blew my mind because even in the statements that I made, I was like, there's no hate involved. And I'm talking the crazy shit. I'm talking to him about getting canceled and being blackballed and being called anti-Semitic when he's trying to defend himself about why he doesn't feel like he was, deserved the punishment that he got. And they punished me even worse than they punished him for even trying to give him the opportunity to clear his name. So
I don't know a whole lot about what exactly happened with what he's talking about. I mean, I know, he got dropped from from TV for wilding out and all that. I know that, and I knew it was over some sort of racist type remarks, but I don't know the specifics. I need to go research that. If any of y'all know like the specifics, I would greatly appreciate it if y'all let me know in the comments, please.
It was one of those things, like, even the process, we still going through it because I think what I've learned through the whole process is there's a lot of pain out there, Joe. There's a lot of people who are hurt. There are a lot of people who are scared. And when you start, if as a student, as someone who's learning, and you start offering up different information and saying different things that people don't know, haven't heard, not also, they're processing it differently, and there's certain trigger words and tropes out there that certain communities, like just like we got. If you got two white people sitting with each other that seem to have strong views, and they say that you hear them say nigger, you like, hey motherfucker, like we need to address that. So that's
true.
Same energy, some of our language, some of my concepts was too strong for a lot of people to digest, and didn't hear the truth in what I was saying, and didn't hear what I was trying to bring across. So, they came for the kid, like in a big way. But like you said,
Nick,
we built for this.
It's a sensitive time around the world, not even America, and it's almost stuff that you used to say out of context, with somebody hear it and be like, oh, I know what Nick is saying. They don't give you that room no more. They don't give you that.
That's true.
That now it's like, oh, he said this.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna cancel Nick.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Yeah.
over. And you've been winning for so long.
That is very true. That is very true. And I said before all the stuff went down between Nick and Eminem, I said, you know, I highly respected Nick Cannon as a businessman for the show Wildin' Out. I used to love the show. But I know they say there's no rules for battle rap or diss tracks or whatever. And that's cool for some people. But for me, there are certain lines you don't cross. And Nick and his crew, his yes men, his whatever, friends, I don't know, co-workers, employees, I don't know, they crossed a couple lines. They brought, you know, M's kids into it, which you don't do that. Sorry, you don't do that. And said blatantly racist remarks towards Eminem, towards white people. I'm white. Now, if you've watched my channel long enough, you know I despise racism. No matter who it's aiming towards or who it's coming from, I despise racism, discrimination of any kind. I don't care who it's towards or who it's coming from. I hate it. And I will not support anyone who has any type of racist or discriminatory piece in their body. I'm not going to support that. But the worst thing that was said for me in one of the diss tracks, I think it might have been the Pray for Him one, I think. Somebody said, God should have took him and let us keep Juice WRLD. You don't do that. First of all, rest in peace, Juice WRLD. I wish he was still here with us. So rest in peace, Juice WRLD, and prayers to his family. But you don't say stuff like that. You don't say stuff like that. He pretty much said he wished Eminem would have died, God forbid, and Juice WRLD was still here instead. That's cool wanting Juice WRLD to still be here. We all do. But to say, cross that line and say God should have took Eminem instead, that ain't cool. And you know, that, the racist remarks and bringing the kids into it, that did it for me. And so I canceled Nick Cannon Wildin' Out and all his little yes men and his crew and all of them after that one. And I'll never support them again, ever. That's just me. You don't have to agree. It's cool if you don't agree. I respect your view. I only ask for respect for my view in return. That's it. We don't have to agree on anything. Nothing. To be respectful to one another.
Yeah, they've been.
And not just winning, because there's levels of winning.
Right.
You have been dealing directly with some of the most powerful people in Hollywood. Like you,
Facts.
you know, you the host of the biggest shows in regular TV.
Yeah.
You know, and you produce your own shows and movies. And so, like, you're the last person somebody's gonna think is,
Yeah.
anti-Semitic.
Yeah. And
And
that's what I think that's what made it make so much noise, and everybody was so shocked because it was even, it was right.
All I gotta say is karma. It's called karma. Now, I hate for anybody to lose their job. I am a single mom who is struggling tremendously financially. And I am my son's mom and dad. So I hate for anyone to lose their job. But I mean, Nick's, even though he lost his job, he's not hurting for money. I mean, I'm pretty sure he and his kids and probably his grandkids are set for life. You know what I'm saying? But you can't continue to say certain things, do certain things, treat people a certain way, what have you, and it not come back on you eventually in some way, shape, or form. And that's everybody, not just Nick Cannon. That's everybody. That's me. That's everybody.
On the time with the Deshaun Jackson, and a lot of people have a lot of conspiracy theories, and that's where we get in trouble, honestly. But it's like people are thinking like, oh, it's because Nick is taking on, Nipsey's Dr. Sabi documentary and directing that. Like they've been trying to come for him. Oh, it's because he was on July 4th he was at Farrakhan's farm, and all of these people just coming up with all of these things, or why they really think they came from me, because that was older footage. It wasn't something that was new. So they're trying to put two and two together. But I think you hit it on the head, where when they see somebody that is prominent, in mainstream, having conversations about, or having not so mainstream conversations, having conversations about things that we talk about within our community every day. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, we was having barbershop conversations, but the barbershop wasn't open. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. I talk to my friends about it. It's something I call ultra famous. When you ultra famous, when you're a pop star, you gotta
right.
You gotta extremely watch what you say.
Yeah.
Even though they know you're not saying it in that context.
It's still,
they
it's still
turn
dangerous.
that around on you.
Even if you're not ultra famous, if you just have a public platform, period, like myself, for instance, and YouTube, being a YouTuber, being a reactor, a bar breakdown channel, a writer, an artist, I have to be careful with what I say, and I've learned that the hard way, because people will take things and flip it into something that it was never meant to be. That is very true.
Yeah, it's crazy too now, because I watched it come, my words hurt a lot of people, man, like on every side, because then now it became like this pillar, because, niggas said, I was just saying, I'm sorry, I apologize for hurting people with my words. And then everybody else was like, you ain't got to apologize. What you apologizing for? I was like, I'm trying to be a good example as a man, be a bigger man, and just say, all right, look, I apologize, I hurt you. Now let's have this real conversation about if we really trying to get to truth and reconciliation. It's not going to happen overnight. But even as I'm trying to play chess and get to the real and get to nothing but the truth, people don't understand the long game. And that's, like you said, when you're in a position of where your words have power, and whether it's the fame, whether it's the notoriety, or even what your knowledge and your intellect, I feel like, as even going for my PhD, like a lot of my professors and a lot of people that have been guiding me is like, man, you're one of those voices that, if people listen. So people will take your words out of context. Even now, people calling me, a raging bigot and a racist. And I was like that, name calling ain't never bothered me. You know what I mean? I always say I've been called worse by better, but like it's one of those situations where now I got to do the work. God put me into this position to truly be a light in the midst of darkness, and we just gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep learning, keep and keep passing on this information.
Yeah, what I can say is I believe every word you say, you fall from anti-Semitic, you fall from against everybody. You've always been kind and beautiful to people, and
Yeah.
and so you know sometimes you know they say they always want to big you up to pull you down,
Tear
you
you
know.
down. Real talk. That's
And
wisdom.
I'll say something that has nothing to do with you or with you at all, right? But like so somebody told me today, somebody told me today, yo, look at Britney Spears' Instagram, right?
So that's what he had to say. He really didn't say anything as far as the Eminem situation that I didn't already know. It just seems like though he backpedals because you know 1 minute he'll say how talented Eminem is as an artist, as you know a lyricist and what have you, and then come out with these diss tracks and say the complete opposite. So, you know, which is it? Like, it's cool if you don't like his music. That's cool. But stand firm on that and don't flip flop depending on who you talk to. You know what I'm saying? And that's not just Nick Cannon, that's just in general, including myself. So, anyway, y'all, again, I'll put the link in the description box if y'all want to go check this out. There is another video on YouTube of the entire interview between Fat Joe and Nick Cannon, and it's like an hour, a little over an hour long. I wasn't gonna do that, and I know y'all wouldn't want me to do that. So yeah, but y'all comment below. What do y'all think about the whole Eminem thing? What do y'all think about Mariah Carey putting a book out? I mean, good for her for writing a book. Uh, I mean, I'm very intrigued and interested now to see what she says in that book as far as Eminem is concerned. And then, now don't get it twisted, I love old school Mariah Carey. I had a couple of her cassette tapes, a couple of her CDs. I know a whole lot of Mariah Carey songs. Like, I got a playlist called My Day 80s and 90s. It's got a bunch of Mariah Carey songs in it. You know what I mean? You know, Always Be My Baby, Fantasy, you know, all that stuff. So, as a singer, I think she is one of the best female pop stars, singers, whatever you want to call it. She's one of the best of all time. Right there with Whitney Houston, rest in peace, Adele, Celine Dion, you know. Um, there's several of them. Christina Aguilera. There's a lot. There's a lot. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the whole book thing that Mariah Carey's writing. What do y'all think about what Nick Cannon said about the Eminem stuff? What do y'all think of, if y'all know the details about the whole thing with Nick getting dropped from the TV show and stuff, y'all let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna do some research as well. Next up, what time is it? Because there's a new song dropping. There's a new song dropping. Either, I don't know if it's dropping in 30 minutes or in an hour and 30 minutes, but I'm reacting to that song. And then sometime tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to do that Eminem reaction that y'all voted on, where there was just 1% difference. 1%. That's crazy. That is crazy. I've never had a poll be that close. Ever. So, yeah. Appreciate all the love y'all shown me on my newest remix that I did, 2020 Bonnie and Clyde, the Eminem 97 Bonnie and Clyde remix. Thank y'all. Crip gave me a microphone, but my dumbass forgot to use it because I'm just not used to having one. I have one here on my headphones, but when I do my raps, my remixes, whatever you want to call them, I don't wear headphones. So I just completely forgot to use it. So apologize for that. But anyway, I appreciate the love y'all show me on that. I am doing a thing, and I'm going to put it out there for all reactors. I don't care if you've got 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers. If you react to that remix, my newest remix, 97 Bonnie and Clyde by Eminem remix, you will be featured in my next supporting reactors video. And the deadline for those reactions is Friday. So, send me the links to them either on Twitter or Instagram, either one, it don't matter. The handles to both my Twitter and Instagram are in the description box below, which it's April G Showers, April G _showers for both Twitter and Instagram. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo links also are in the description box below. This is how I provide for my child. Donations never, ever, ever required, but greatly appreciated. Please like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. Please subscribe to my channel, y'all. April G Squad. This up. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all just a little bit. Peace out.